broke it where it was. Is this thing actually going after me? It felt like it there for a second. Stupid boss fight. Dumbass boss fight. Worst boss fight in the entire game. Hands down.
All right, come and get some.
Hey, turn that off there.
All right, come and get some.
I'm so frustrated right now.
That's odd.
Good thing you stopped it. I would have killed that thing.
I know them. They're my friends. Please. What are you doing here?
You saved my ass. I'm here to save yours.
Wow. You didn't have to do that.
Well, you were pulled screaming into a giant crystal, so I kinda did.
Right. I guess I would have done the same. But how did you find me?
To be honest, I'm not sure. But I think it has something to do with this.
They risked their life to find me. You can trust them.
Anomaly.
What are you?
The Keeper.
The keeper of what?
The realm in which you now reside. All realms. All my mandate to protect.
What is it talking about?
This is the Labyrinth. A place between worlds. Connecting the worlds. The Keeper protects all of them from the root. We got them out of Earth, but the others...
There is little time. System failure is imminent. This segment. Where did you find it?
I killed something, and it kind of fell out.
Interesting. A failsafe.
Is that bad? That sounds bad.
No. It's... good.
The index can be repaired. 3 outcomes emerge, where once there was one.
We could do it. We could end the root.
More segments are required. The anomaly will retrieve them.
Wait. What about her?
The tide must be stemmed. The utility must remain.
The utility? You mean Clementine?
Yes. Clementine. Corruption tears at the seams of this realm. Yet the doorways remain. Gateways to other realms. This key grants passage. Find the segments and return them to me.
Hey, Traveler. I hope it didn't cost you too much to find me.
Nothing I can't handle.
Well, I'm sorry anyway. You shouldn't have had to come after me. I'd have told you if I could. So, how's the ward? Is Bo okay?
He's really worried about you.
Yeah, that sounds like Bo. Well, if you see him again, tell him I'm fine. More than fine. I'm... at peace. Not that that'll keep him from worrying.
So you like it here?
I do. For so long now, I felt lost. Especially on Earth. I felt like I was living someone else's life. I joined the Dreamer program with the promise of making a difference. A chance to do something that mattered. I thought I'd found it on Reesum, but it didn't last. It wasn't real. But these powers, everything that's happened to me, it's all been leading me here. This is where I'm meant to be. This is where I'm needed.
Will you ever come back to the ward?
No. I mean, maybe? I don't know. It's complicated. There was a time I thought the ward would never be home again. It still isn't. Though, that doesn't mean it won't ever be. But I'm needed here now. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. I can't go back, Traveler. Not right now.
What have you seen the founder forward since you left?
No. Not that I've bothered to look. That old man's got his own journey. Same as me.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing that'll make sense, probably. The labyrinth isn't what it looks like. But it also is? Ugh, let me try again. Most of this place is like thought and energy. There's so much more to it than what your senses see. I only know that because of my bond with the Keeper. I mostly feel the labyrinth, like a heartbeat, or sunlight. And like both of those things, it's connected to everything.
Yeah, that sounds complicated.
It is. Like, more complicated than I think my brain can even handle. Try asking the Keeper about it. Their answers might not make much more sense than mine, but at least they know what they're talking about.
I should go.
Yeah. Good luck, Traveler. And hey, if you see the ward again, tell Bo tell everyone that I'm okay. They don't need to worry about me. What do you need, Travis? Okay.
The labyrinth is compromised. Resources are limited. Ask.
What is this place?
The seat of all worlds. First the core, then the labyrinth, then all worlds that are, were, or shall be. The core has been purged of corruption, yet corruption remains. All must be purged. The labyrinth must hold fast, must be last to fall.
What can you tell me about the segments?
Little that has not been said. Their origin is unclear. Their existence unexpected, yet ideal. A failsafe in the event of utter collapse. The segments repair the index. The index purges the corruption. New outcomes emerge. The anomaly's involvement has altered probabilities. Altered them further. Find the remaining segments.
Who created the failsafe?
The Creator.
You mean like God?
The Creator. Obscured. The Creator is the Creator.
How do I find him?
The first was extracted from an entity of great power. Logic dictates. The others are dissembled within the same. Search the worlds. Seek out other powerful entities. Extract the segments within them.
You want me to kill them?
Hesitancy irrational. Either the anomaly erases one life, or the root erases all. There are no other outcomes. Short-term outcomes are likewise simplistic, for the entities in question erase lives as well. Erasure is unavoidable. Entropy deliberate. This one seeks to maintain the cycle.
True. How many worlds are we talking about here?
Unknown. The intersection of worlds with surviving entities of sufficient power, and worlds for which corruption has not made them untraversable. The intersection is small. Start with one, then search another.
Let's talk about something else. What is the labyrinth?
The labyrinth is the connection of all things. It is the seat of the worlds, built upon the core, and all worlds are built upon it.
Can you help me in some way?
I have provided the maximum help that I can. All endeavors will fail if I do any more. You are the resource now. Find the segments and return.
Who are you?
I am the Keeper. I was the first to rise. I will be the last to fall.
Why do you kidnap Clementine?
Kidnap. Misnomer. The utility was required. The utility has been acquired. The utility consents and remains. Clementine bears the nature of both core and guardians. The utility understands what is needed. She understands the Keeper. I can no longer maintain stability on my own. The utility is a necessary resource. Necessary, but insufficient. The segments are required.
Why is she needed?
Entity, Clementine, was key to stabilizing the system, to preserve the worlds.
I should go. Cool. Go on and meditate, girl. I want to go to Nemui's retreat. And then we're gonna buy a lot of concoctions because that lasts forever. And we're gonna drink all of them. You know, I haven't tried. Can I stack? No. Okay. She is so cool. Even though I don't think she has a gender, because her voice is a mix of both male and
Gracing me with your
female.
presence once more. Indeed, you are, as do certainly. Numb you.
Increase the relic healing effectiveness. Activating a relic grants haste. That's terrible. It doesn't consume both golden and silver ribbons. Again? Okay. So I get rid of both of those just to get a Nimui's ribbon. And
Stay the path.
it's not even that good because I would get rid of 25% mod damage.
The strain.
Oh, screw it.
No.
Now I have to get both of those again. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I think I can get one of them now. Because I believe I didn't get the ribbon in my main playthrough. I think it's in the shadow. The room is very obvious. There it is. Straight ahead.
Okay, this is it.
Okay. That's it. For now.
Man, these guys are so weak. And there's the
Okay.
silver ribbon. I just need a golden one now. And the golden one can't be get here because I need to go into a different zone to do that.
Greetings. Of course.
Oh, I don't have enough. But I need that.
Farewell.
Okay. Yeah, because I spent so much time grinding last night, I actually bought everything.
Now what?
Yep.
Think you can handle it? Watch your back. Yeah, know who to trust out there.
Before I upgrade stuff, we are gonna...
Don't suppose you've seen Clemens.
Actually, I did.
Wait, for real? Folks around here have been worried sick about her. Well, don't just stand there gawking. Where is she?
She's helping some otherworldly being called a keeper.
The... What? You sound like you've been drinking too much of Mudtooth's tonic. You know that, right?
Well, it's true, I swear. She's not on Earth anymore.
All right, well, is she coming back?
I don't think so. She seems happy.
So long as she's all right, I guess. I mean, I barely knew her. But she seemed like she could make her own choices just fine.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now that you found her, does that mean you're here to stay?
I kind of have to save existence first by destroying the root on their home world. Okay, I just heard what it sounded like out loud.
I'm sorry. I just can't believe all those words were put into the same sentence, or that I even understood some of it. Our lives got pretty weird, huh? I guess we were asking for it, looking for fairy tales and all. Well, I ain't going nowhere then. I'll be here when you need me, or when you're done, whichever comes first. Just make sure you come back, okay?
All right,
Hey,
thanks.
you're back! What can I do to help? What's on your mind? Okay.
When health dropped below, all incoming damage is reduced by 25 and the wearer becomes immune to temporary status effect. That is okay.
Stop by anytime. You know where to find me.
Good to see you, friend. Oh, yeah? Oh. Don't be a stranger.
Hey again. I hope it's still... I'll warn...
Okay. I want this. I want this too. I want that too.
So long as you head back then, eh?
Okay. It's pretty insane. Dude, there's so many. I wish there was some sort of filter built into this game.
Welcome back, Sunshine. Of course. See you around.
Yeah. See ya.
Good to... Only the...
Oh yeah, I need that.
Keep your wits about you.
Well, since I have unlimited anyway. Oh. Oh. Still over encumbered. Yeah, see, it did consume it. Instead of, yeah, that's why I wanted to. Oh, well. Oh, it's talking about it.
Well, shoot. You won't believe this one. But you should. There's an old man what lives at the center of a maze. Or does he live at the gate to the maze? I don't matter. This old man sees everything. And I don't mean like he can see whatever he wants when he wants. I mean, he sees everything all at once. That ain't all. The old man in the maze is also, Huh? Where was I? Oh, yeah. That ain't all. The old man in the maze is a maker. The maze, see, is like a spider web full of doors, stretching its threads every which way. And this watcher man sits at the center, and he don't just watch. He makes. Where there ain't a door, he makes one. And then he makes what's on the other side of it, too. Oh, I can see on your face you ain't buying it. But I tell you, this earth of ours is just one door in 1,200. And if in this maze watcher decides he wants some place to end, all he got to do is snap a thread and poof, no more door, no more world. Sure can. Well, let's see. You met old Wally yet? The boy ain't right, but not in a mudder way. He just ain't right. Talks to the root, he says. I reckon I know why, too. I ain't never told him this, but I was there at his birth. Don't believe me? You wouldn't be the first, but it's true. That boy Wally was born under a blood moon. Always strange, they say. Harbinger of of changeification and whatnot. I heard him cry out his first breath I did, and I says to myself, that ain't natural. Like the squall of some blackbird. Caw! Oh, don't tell him I said it. He wouldn't believe it anyway. Or maybe he would, come to think of it. You talked to him yet? Boy, ain't right. You won't believe this one. But you should. I ever tell you how the world fell in the first place? Well, sit down, friend, 'cause there ain't no one knows what really happened but me. It started in them wards, see? Secret military-industrial complexes and whatnot. That's where they made all their weapons and did their experiments. Now, the root weren't meant to reproduce, see? They was built as a weapon, but then they done breeded and got out. And well, we all know what happened after that. Only reason the root stopped was 'cause the Wanderer, well, he flamethrower-sized their queen, see? Over in that tower on the atoll, so's they couldn't breed no more. Now, listen. You might hear Ford tell you something different, but you look at the two of us and ask which has obviously been around longer. Which of us is most like to have been there, huh? You ask yourself that, and then you just look my way, 'cause that's who it is. This is 100% true. I've been telling tales about the Ford family for years. I tell you, nothing about them
be right back.
surprises me no more. Like old Commander Ford, one who used to run this here ward, she was the youngest of the family. She's the one what brought most of this town together. They say she's dead and buried, but they don't know the truth of it. See, the thing about the Fords is...
Oh man, really?
Hey, watch it. So, now, they say she's dead and buried, but they don't know the truth of it. See, the old commander were the youngest, but she ain't the last. Old Ford, her grandpa, is still kicking here in town. Crazy old man went and fought the Deadwood head-on and lived. Her grandmother was half Root herself. Folks used to call her the Root Mother. And oh, she were a twisted one, let me tell you. The thing about the Fords is they can't die. Not a single damn one of them. I mean, look, they all thought old Ford had died long ago, and there he is, plain as day. I don't care what anyone says. I swear to you on my unborn brother's life, the other Fords are still out there somewhere, too. Let me see here. Ho-ho! I do miss the days when you could find the stuff the old world used to make. Canned foods, spiced chocolates, electronical music boxes. Oh, found this old can of what's-it once. As in, we literally did not know what was in it. The can weren't open, but the label had long rubbed off. Finding that was like all our birthdays at the same time. That can must have been 100 years old, banged up and bloated. Could have been anything in there. So, my boys did what any good family would do. They dared me to drink it. Well, I ain't one to back down from something stupid. So, I grabbed the can and said something sensually flattering about their mamas, then I popped the top. Damn stuff hissed and fizzled like some kind of brown sludge demon. Smelled like one, too. I chugged the whole damn thing. The thick goop tasted like scented sewer water. Burned my brain like a chili pepper. I nearly puked with each swallow, but we're gonna give them the satisfaction. When I threw the can aside, the boys cheered. I opened my mouth, flashed them a smug smile, and my teeth was all stained the darkest mud brown you ever seen. They stayed that way for at least a month. And that's where I got my name. Sure can.
Oh my God.
Let's see. Ho-ho! Ain't no one on this planet more beautiful or dangerous than the Moth Queen. She rules an old swamp about 100 miles off in, that direction. Folks say if you climb one of these here towers on a clear night, you can see the swamp lights a-flashing. But them ain't no ordinary swamp lights. And she ain't no ordinary queen. She don't lead her people, who really ain't even people, come to think of it. Anyways, the Moth Queen draws her folk to her like a... well, like a moth, I guess. That's how the saying goes. Anyway, she captures folks with her beauty and her mothy pulchrituditude. And she never lets them go.
Jesus God.
Infects their
Why?
mind, so they never want to leave. And she turns them into something else. If you head off that way, keep your wits about you. 'Cause that swamp used to be a city as big as this'n. But no more. No more. You're right good listen, Tater friend. Tell you what, though, I'm a little light on the stories right now, but you look like you could use yourself some company. I got just the cure for that. And I ain't talking about my stew this time. Take this and check back with me later. I'm sure I'll have some newly re-remembered stories for you then. Don't think I told you this one yet.
Oh my God.
You've been introduced to that girl Clementine. Powerful woman she is, but she weren't always so. She's near as old as Ford is, if you can believe it. Even older than my old bones, how about it? Those two have a lot in common, including traveling to other worlds. You see, she was born on Earth, but Clementine spent 100 years on a snow world called Resome. They call it that on account of some you read and some you don't. Anyway, what was she doing all that time? Training. See, Resome's full of giant talking rats. They got warrior rats and midwife rats and even mystic rats. Clementine, she learned under the tutelage of a two-headed mystic named Sebum. Taught her everything she knows. She don't talk about it, of course, on account of Sebum's a wanted man. Rat, I guess. But it's God's own truth. I met the man myself, rat. Sure can. Well, this city ain't without its own tales. Why, there's a tower, see? What only appears once in a gibbous August moon. Kinda looks like a big yellow-orange pumpkin. Within that tower's a man. Except he's not a man. He's a wizard, see? And he... And within that tower is a man. Except he's not a man. He's a wizard, see? He calls himself the Keeper. And he controls everything. I seen him myself. Even talked to him once. Man, smart as hell. So smart. Even I can't keep up with him. He says he watches over all of us. But if that's the case, then he ain't been doing such a good job. I mean, look around you. But I reckon he means well. And that tower, I think, is like a spaceship he uses to teleportate to other planets. You go walk the city and harvest Pumpkin Moon. You'll see what I mean. This one's, 100% true. You met my boy Brabus yet? He's a handful.
Okay, he's repeating now.
Got into a scrap when he was 5, he did.
Wait.
Knocked down a boy had to be, twice his age. And 3 to 6 times his height, at least. Well, that boy's pa didn't take it none too well. And this pa, phew, like a pair of fists with leg bones. That boy's pa wanted to take some skin out of me for it. Now, I ain't proud of what I did next, but, oh, who am I kidding? I wouldn't be telling you if I weren't proud, now would I? But, like I taught Brabus, say as I do as I say. And anyways, I couldn't back down from a fight, not in front of the Crazy Eight. Come to think of it, that's probably how Brabus got the way he is. Anyway, I fight the man. He could have crushed my head between market and roast beef, but I aim to win, not fight fair. I pointed at nothing at all behind him, then smooshed a scoop of mud straight into his mouth. Then, while he was a-spitting and a-sputtering, I hit him hard. So hard that when he fell, my muddy hand came away with 3 of his teeth in it. And that, friend, is the true story of how I got the name Mudtooth.
Cool.
Let me see. I ever tell you the secret behind my stew? Well, I ain't gonna. But I will tell you how it came to be. Yeah, the original recipe comes from my ma, of course. But that ain't the end of the story. My ma made a fine stew. But it weren't nothing to tell tales about. Not until the day me and the Crazy Eight got ourselves trapped in one of them old, medieval, meditating... We was trapped in one of them medicinal compounds full of pharmaceuticals and whatever you call them. And I had nothing but a dead coney and an onion on my belt, which weren't good for much but were the style at the time. So, we scrounged for ingredients. Well, them hospitalities ain't no good for food, but they do have some pretty mean spices lying around if you know what you're doing, which I do. That night was the best stew any of us ever had in our lives. Kept us going for days, until finally the dead wood outside got bored and took off. And that, friend, is the same stew I make today. I even use the same ingredients as them back in the day medicinals. Better even. Don't think I told you this. Crazy Eight traveled a lot after leaving Sanctuary. Came to this one town named Ghostwell. No, Oakhole.
I think this
no,
is,
wait. It was
DLC?
Swan Creek. Swan
the first game?
Creek, I'm sure of it. Anyway, this Croakswell town didn't take kindly to strangers, and that sure as hell meant us. We stayed anyway, course. Brought 'em good scrounge, we did. Nobody scavenged like the Crazy Eight. And there was this girl, smartest damn girl you ever met. Her old man, though, he didn't like us one bit, especially me. So one day, there's a banging on our doorstep. I open the door, and the girl's old man clocks me with the butt of his shotgun. Knocked out one of my teeth, he did. Then he points the gun in my face and starts shouting, "Which one of you assly hoes got her in the family way?" he says. "I know it was one of you." Well, I ain't gonna argue with a man behind a gun. So, I looks around, sees my tooth in the mud, and says, "Mudtooth, he's the one you're after!" And off he ran after someone who don't exist. Or didn't exist, I guess. We ditched Ghost Crack that day, but the name came with me. And that's the story of how Brabus was born. Except he weren't born yet, was he? Not born then. The other thing. Conceptualized.
What?
This one's... So this wanderer comes up to visit me at my heliocopter, right? They're decked out with guns, but they walk up and ask for stew and a story. I'm thinking they'll get tired, wander off, and take my story somewhere else like all the rest. But they don't. They listen to all of it. And I think to myself, this mudder actually wants to hear these. Reminds me of my ma, tell you the truth, the way I'd listen to her, and the way my boy Brabus used to listen to me. Before he turned away, that wanderer reminded me of family. And that's the most important thing, ain't it? So I figure I ain't left long for this world. So I give him my wife's old watch in thanks. Ain't too long after that, my boy Brabus comes back in person, first time in years, with a watch chain peeking out his pocket. I knew a good thing when I saw it. I didn't say nothing. Just welcomed the boy back like nothing had changed. Family's the most important thing we got in this world, young'un. Don't forget that. Stop me if I told you this. You ever wonder what the world was like afore the Deadwood came? The world was filled with people. I'm talking millions, maybe even bazillions. Why, you couldn't sneeze without snotting someone in the face. Now, these folks weren't like us nowadays. They had so much food that they would eat for fun. They'd get together to eat the extra meat. They had spare ribs, called it a barbecue. They were immune to all kinds of diseases. And every one of them, every one, had a puppy. And that there world was run by, let's see here, and the world was run by, let's see here, what was it now? Presidentures, yeah, that's it. On account of the ceremonial wooden teeth. Whole damn world was ruled by the presidentures of the United States, yes, sir. It was a better time then. Folks resolved their differences by coming together, listening to each other's problems and trying to solve them together.
You would think.
I guess that's what young Bo's trying to do with this place, ain't he? He ain't done half bad so far, neither. I reckon you gotta go through the bad to get to the good again. It's always there waiting if you just keep on looking. You won't believe. So, I gotten separated from the Crazy Eight, my gang, you see. We've been chased by these big old Deadwood, taller than a man with 10 times as many pointy bits. Ooh, nasty fellers. The others, they holed up in this old scrap building and slammed the door. Left me for dead. There was no way in, but there were these old pipes underground. Sewage, judging by the stink. But I weren't gonna stay out there with Deadwood creeping round, so I held my breath and crawled through what must have been half a mile. I come busting out of the pipes and right into the middle of the Crazy Eight. They were holding me a funeral. I stand up, covered in mud and God knows what else, and just smile at them. And that, friend, is where I got the name Mudtooth.
Uh-huh.
Well, now, I appreciate the listeners. I'll be seeing you then.
Well, we got the gunslinger, so we're gonna go redeem that.
Traveler. You will. Sorry.
Wait, what? Oh no,
Goodbye, Traveler.
that was a ring. Oh dear. Swap speed and reload speed. Ah, man. So I actually haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, Traveler.
I found Clementine. She's safe in a place called the Labyrinth.
The what? That doesn't sound okay. Do you have any idea what's out there? This is the World Stone we're talking about. We've got to get a rescue party together. We have to make sure she gets back safe.
She doesn't need rescuing. She's happy there.
Happy? She said that? She's really happy there?
Yeah, I've talked to her. She's fine.
Wow. Oh, all right. I guess I just have to accept that. Well, if you see her again, tell her that tell her that the town isn't the same without her. So, welcome back then, I guess. Anything I can help you with?
Questions?
Stay safe, Traveler.
All right, thank you.
What is it now? What did you bring?
Handgun.
Bye.
What can I...
Okay. What is this level at? Level 9. Okay. Right, I need a simulacrum. Okay.
Be safe out there.
What does this one do? Generate a cube shoot which absorb up to 1400 damage from incoming enemy projectiles. Reactivating fires a cube shoot which damages enemy as it travel. Damage is increased if the cube shoot was absorbed enemy projectile fire damage. Okay, cool. That's all really cool. That's insane. I want to use it. Oh, AoE size. Oh my god, it is bigger. Look at that. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Kind of broken.
That was rough.
Because the duration is infinite, so I just have an infinite shield that blocks until it like fully blocks all the damage. That's insane. That is truly insane.
Here they come.
Okay, that's not.
Holy hell.
I still kind of like my gun better. What is this place? Looks really cool.
Huh. A whole other world. How many of these are there? Find these segments, huh? Yeah, well, Clementine and that talking ball of light hang out and meditate. Great, great, fab. Sounds fair.